What happens when football fans lose control? How far can their emotions take them? From moments of absolute euphoria to downright chaos, football fans have given us some of the most memorable and intense scenes ever witnessed. Whether it's fans storming the pitch after a historic win or protesting with silence in the stands, the passion in football is undeniable. But when does it go too far? The reactions, the chaos, and the unforgettable moments in football's history all share one common thread: the raw emotion of the fans. Today, we are entering into some of the most unbelievable moments where fans took things to the extreme, forever etching their actions into football folklore. From broken goalposts to wild pitch invasions, from hostile welcomes to flares on the field, these moments showcase the pure, unfiltered energy that fans bring to the game. But at what cost? Let's take the wild ride of football fandom gone overboard. Football, electric atmosphere, and the impact of fans. The COVID-19 pandemic brought about a period in football that fans and players alike had never experienced before. Stadiums without supporters. Football matches, usually characterized by the roaring crowds, chants, and the electric atmosphere they create, suddenly felt empty and lifeless. Without fans, the energy that often fuels the players and intensifies the drama on the pitch was notably absent. The contrast was glaring. Goals were scored without the usual eruption of noise, and moments of tension played out in eerie silence. It became clear how integral supporters are to the football experience, serving as the emotional heartbeat of the game. Fans not only elevate the action on the pitch, but their presence also creates a dynamic that can alter the course of a match. When fans lose control, whether out of sheer joy or frustration, they can create moments that transcend the sport itself, becoming unforgettable spectacles of human emotion. These moments are chaotic and unpredictable, yet they add a layer of intensity that makes football more than just a sport. It becomes an event. From pitch invasions to wild protests, fans have demonstrated time and again that their passion can turn any match into something extraordinary, both for better and worse. Scotland fans' wild pitch invasion at Wembley 1977. Perhaps one of the most iconic moments in fan history occurred in 1977, when Scotland beat England 2-1 at Wembley in the British Home Championship. It wasn't just the result that sent fans into a frenzy. It was the fact that the victory came on English soil. The Scottish fans were ecstatic, and their celebrations turned into a full-blown invasion of the pitch. Thousands of fans swarmed the field, climbing over barriers to join their team in celebration. What made this even more notorious was how some fans took it further, breaking the goalposts and tearing up sections of the pitch to take home as souvenirs. For Scotland fans, this was more than just a victory, it was a statement. And for football, it became a moment that defined the intensity of fan passion. The event remains one of the wildest pitch invasions in football history. Welcome to Hell. Galatasaray vs. Manchester United 1993. The phrase "Welcome to Hell" became famous during Manchester United's 1993 UEFA Champions League clash with Galatasaray in Istanbul. This was no ordinary game. It was set against the backdrop of deep tensions between the two sides. From the moment Manchester United's team arrived in Turkey, they were greeted by aggressive fans, armed with banners declaring "Welcome to Hell." The atmosphere was terrifying. As the game unfolded, chaos followed. Manchester United fans clashed with the police, and several were arrested. The hostile environment both on and off the pitch illustrated the raw intensity of football fan culture in Turkey. The event is still remembered for how it exemplified just how far fans can go to intimidate the opposition. Swedish fans' silent protest 2011 Stockholm Derby. Not all fan reactions involve chaos or violence. In 2011, fans from Djurgården and AIK in Sweden staged one of the most creative protests ever seen in football. For the first 10 minutes of the Stockholm Derby, both sets of fans sat in complete silence, a stark contrast to the usual raucous atmosphere. This was their way of protesting against media misrepresentation, heavy-handed policing, and what they saw as exploitation by their clubs. The silence was eerie, but it sent a powerful message. When the fans finally erupted into noise after 10 minutes, the effect was even more striking. This protest showed that football fans could be as strategic as they are passionate, and that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Sepp Blatter booed at the 2012 women's final. The 2012 Women's Olympic Final at Wembley was a historic event, attended by over 80,000 fans. While the atmosphere was mostly celebratory, there was one person who didn't receive such a warm welcome: FIFA President Sepp Blatter. Known for his controversial remarks about women's football, Blatter faced intense booing from the crowd, who remembered his past comment that female players should wear tighter shorts to attract more attention. It wasn't just boos. A banner was raised labeling him the Swiss family's robbing son, reflecting the public's anger towards his sexist and dismissive comments. This moment highlighted how football fans aren't afraid to call out figures in power when they feel the game and its players are being disrespected. Protester handcuffs himself to goalpost 2012. In one of the more bizarre incidents in football fan history, a protester managed to halt a Premier League match between Everton and Manchester City in 2012 by handcuffing himself to a goalpost. The protester, Sean Foley, wasn't protesting against either team, but against an airline he had grievances with. Nonetheless, the game was stopped for several minutes as stewards tried to remove him. The scene was strange and unexpected, but it underscored just how unpredictable fan behavior can be. Foley's protest, while personal, became one of the oddest moments in football, showing that fans can find the strangest ways to get their message across. Luis Figo pighead incident. El Clásico 2002. The tension in El Clásico matches between Barcelona and Real Madrid is always sky high, but in 2002, it reached a new level of intensity. Luis Figo, once a beloved Barcelona player, had made the controversial switch to Real Madrid, enraging Barcelona fans. During the game at the Nou Camp, as Figo prepared to take a corner, a fan threw a pig's head onto the pitch, a shocking and graphic display of anger and betrayal. The incident symbolized just how much Figo's transfer hurt Barcelona supporters, and it remains one of the most infamous moments in football history. It showed the length some fans will go to express their feelings of loyalty and betrayal. Brighton promotion to EPL 2017. After 34 years of waiting, Brighton finally secured promotion to the Premier League in 2017, and the fans' celebrations were as emotional as they were wild. When the final whistle blew, confirming Brighton's return to the top flight with a 2-1 victory over Fulham, the crowd erupted. Fans flooded the pitch to celebrate with the players, marking a moment that had been decades in the making. The stadium was filled with joy, and the scenes of celebration were a reminder of just how much football can mean to its fans. For Brighton supporters, this was a historic day, and their passion was on full display as they celebrated their club's achievement. Galatasaray fans throwing flares at Arsenal 2014. When Arsenal dismantled Galatasaray with a 4-1 win in the 2014 Champions League, the Turkish side's fans didn't take it well. In frustration, they began throwing flares onto the pitch, forcing the referee to stop the game temporarily. Arsenal players had to step in, with Wesley Sneijder trying to calm the fans down. It was a dramatic moment that highlighted how quickly a game can be disrupted when emotions run high. For the Galatasaray supporters, this was a way to express their frustration, but it also illustrated how dangerous fan behavior can become when things aren't going their way. Manchester City title-winning comeback 2012. The final day of the 2011-2012 Premier League season is etched in football folklore, thanks to Manchester City's miraculous comeback against QPR to win the title. With Manchester United poised to steal the trophy, City scored two last-minute goals to clinch their first league title in 44 years. The stadium erupted in celebration, with fans pouring onto the pitch to celebrate with their team. The emotional release was palpable, as City fans who had endured decades of disappointment finally had something to celebrate. The pitch invasion became a symbol of their triumph, as thousands of fans reveled in one of the greatest moments in Premier League history. Troy Deeney last-minute playoff goal 2013. Few moments in football are as dramatic as Troy Deeney's last-minute goal for Watford in their 2013 playoff semi-final against Leicester City. After Leicester missed a penalty in stoppage time, Watford launched a counter-attack, and Deeney scored to send Watford to the final. The stadium erupted as fans flooded the pitch to celebrate what was one of the most dramatic moments in playoff history. The emotional high of the last-minute victory turned into a wild celebration, with fans and players alike caught up in the euphoria of the moment. And that wraps up some of the wildest moments when football fans completely lost control. From chaotic pitch invasions to intense protests, these events remind us just how deeply fans feel about their teams. But where is the line between passion and pandemonium? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe for more football stories, news, and updates. Stay tuned, we've got plenty more exciting content coming your way. Thanks for watching.